Because space is a catalyst of growth and driver of innovation, it is one of the key pillars needed to build the foundation of a better future, boosting technological and social development in emerging countries like Mexico. We'll talk about opportunities on national security, agricultural development, and social equity through space technologies in Mexico. Mexico's interest in space exploration dates back to nearly 1950s, in line with the launch of the Russian Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. In 1962, the National Commission of Outer Space, a federal agency, was created with the purpose of research and exploitation of space resources, in which Mexico was part of. However, in 1977, the commission was disbanded, leaving the country with many projects but no federal organization representing the sector, until the creation of the Mexican Space Agency in 2010. Mexico's space capability still remains very limited, and developing more space technology can bring great benefits to the general population. Satellites are among the most space technology that can make up for the largest space-based applications in Mexico. However, Mexico's maturity in the space sector has been relatively slow. 28 years since the space age began in 1957, Mexico finally noticed the opportunity for connectivity in rural and urban areas. Mexico decided to launch the first Mexican communication satellite called Morelos 1 aboard the NASA's Discovery space shuttle. 5 satellites currently are in service for Mexico. Mexico operates in a very limited coverage in communication, information, navigation, internet, disaster relief, emergency, and other public services at the moment. In consequence, this opens a new road for Mexico to invest more in space technology. Space technology like commercial satellite services are important for national security. They offer means to observe Mexico from above in order to better forecast storms, floods, cyclones, and as well as with warning systems for prevention, mitigation, and rapid response to natural disasters. Additionally, satellite services can provide tracking information of agents that want to act against the interests of the nation, posing national security risks. This last functionality is of a pressing importance to help in the fight against the drug crime groups that have been plaguing the country for decades. Because satellite coverage is somehow limited, there is not enough technology to map the entire nation. Space-based applications are valued for farmers, agronomists, food manufacture is one of those key industries for the strengthening of trade and job creation, especially in rural areas. An increase in satellite systems can increase multiple opportunities for Mexico and increase its competitivity. Monitoring soil, remote sensing, precision irrigation, and precision agricultural help gathering data on factors such as soil condition, humidity, temperature, intensity of planting, and other variables in order to precisely identify water, fertilizer, and pesticide requirements. Remote sensing and satellite navigation on precision farming reduces greenhouse gases due to a reduced fertilizer usage and fuel savings, making the modern agricultural part of the climate solution. Rainfall assessment. It helps farmers to plan the timing and amount of irrigation they will need for their crops. Agricultural production monitoring. It's reliable, timely, incredibly important, which enables planners and decision makers to handle deficits or surplus of food crops in a given year in an optimal manner. Land use mapping. This is essential for sustainable rural development. Operations on a space-based climate science and satellite imagery to simulate the implementation of mitigation and adaptation actions is key for agriculture. Accurate information and analysis can also predict agricultural output well in advance and can be critical in anticipating and mitigating effects of food shortages, as well as having a better distribution of water and fertilizers where needed, reducing costs and environmental impacts of agricultural activities. Everyone has the right to benefit from space, and it's a great field to talk about how we all deserve to take advantage of this technology and this tool. The space technologies for Mexico offer a limited wireless network coverage in remote areas, as well as limited internet. People living in rural Mexico don't typically have internet in their homes, where residents in tiny villages all over the country must travel, sometimes great distances, just to find a phone or internet signal. People living in rural areas do not have the same level of communication, access to knowledge, and social interaction. The lack of access to the internet directly relates to the lack of access to quality education, and therefore a lack of labor competitiveness in market that becomes more technological every year. This inequality of privileges keeps widening the gap between the rich and the poor, trapping the less fortunate in a vicious cycle of poverty. There are significant opportunities for the space sector as it gains strength. The Mexican Space Agency is expected to develop a state-of-the-art technology in the country and is expanding with Mexico's capability. An increase of satellite system will directly impact the living conditions, security, and competitiveness of the less privileged sector of the country, becoming the tool that could level the field that would make the improvement of social equity in Mexico a more attainable goal. As Mexico set its eyes on nanosatellites due to the necessity for essential economies, Mexico is working on establishing a nanosatellite infrastructure for applications that enhance telecommunications, agriculture, national security, and a better quality of life. Space technology has the potential to help resolve the Earth's challenges and be used in a beneficial way to achieve a sustainable development.